everybody's on this page, right? You have plenty of time to find your way. Okay. All we are talking about is all we're talking about is maxes, mins, increasing, and decreasing. So with your maximums and minimums, you have two types. We have what's called the absolute max or min. That just means it's the absolute highest point your graph ever goes, or the absolute lowest point your graph ever goes. Okay? Like nothing can ever be higher than that if it's an absolute. Relative max or min just means somewhere along the graph it's the top of a little hill for a maximum or the bottom of a little valley for a minimum. Okay, it's not, there may be other points on the graph that are higher or lower, but for that little section it's a max or a min. Okay, so let's just look at them on this first graph because I think once you see them you'll realize what's going on. Okay, so absolute max. Do you guys see the arrows on the ends of the graph? What does that mean the graph is doing? Going up forever. So is there a single point that is the highest point on this graph? No. So as far as absolute max goes, you would say none. No absolute max.
You said infinity.
That would be wrong if you lose points. Because it has to be a defined value, and infinity is not a defined value. Okay? All right, now absolute min. Do you guys see one point that is lower than everything else on your graph? Okay, so the way you say it, everybody sees it's that dot right there. How low is it? Like, what's the y value?
-3.
-3. At what x value? There you go. You do not write ordered pairs. You write what is the min or max and where does it occur. Okay. All right. Then relative max. So we know that it goes to infinity, but anywhere on the graph do you see like the top of a hill? Yeah, like right here. What is that? How high does it go? 2 at x equals 1. Yes. And that's the only relative max, right? Okay, now relative min. If you have an absolute minimum, it's also a relative min. If you don't want to list it twice, I don't care. So you could certainly list -3 at x equals -4. But if you left that off, that's okay. And then do you see another relative minimum? Yeah, what is it? Negative. Yep. -1 at x equals 3. You guys see it? Okay. So again, include the -3 if you want. Sometimes that's easier because you can just look for any minimum on your graph, but if you don't write it twice, that's okay. All right, so does that make sense? Max and mins, absolutes, relatives. Okay. Limits? So no limits yet. All right, then we have increasing and decreasing. So guys, when we're talking about increasing and decreasing, it's always from the left to the right. So if I start on the left side of the graph and I trace it, is that going up or down?
Yeah.
So what do you think that section is doing? Decreasing. So my first decreasing piece is that little section there, which is from negative infinity to, what do you think? What do you think, -3 or -4? -4. When you're doing increasing and decreasing, you will always be giving me x values as your intervals, okay? And parentheses on everything, because at -4, it's not really increasing or decreasing. All right, then if I look at the next little section here, if I go from that dot on to the next top of the little hill, what do you think that section is doing? Increasing. So it increases from -4 to 1. Okay, then what about the next section? Decreasing. So from 1 to, what is it, 3? So we do union 1 to 3. And then what about the last piece? Okay, so increasing from 3 to infinity.
It's always parentheses, no brackets.
Always parentheses. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to make a decision. Always parentheses. Okay. Questions on the first one? Okay, try number 2. You do number 2. Ready to go through 2? Yeah. Okay. So, absolute max, what are you telling me? None. Good. Absolute min? None. All right, relative max. 3 at what?
Oh, 3 at x equals 3.
Good. Relative min? Good. -3 at x equals 1. All right, increasing. Huh? Good. And decreasing? I mean, they're in parentheses, but yeah, it's from -4 to 1. That's where that happens. Guys, are you noticing the x values you use in your increasing and decreasing are the x values from your maxes and mins?
Whoa.
Will be, okay? So those numbers should show up multiple times. Questions on 2? Raise your hand if you got 2 completely right. Okay, we're doing pretty well. Try 4. We're skipping 3, guys. There's too many ambiguous things in 3, so. Do 4 and 5. We'll get to 6 eventually. If you had issues on the first one, let me know.
Okay, so see how this goes on forever. So is there a certain point that in the context that it's not going to ground? It has to be like two. With this one, where they both went, we did absolutely crazy.
It has to be received on the one.
Yeah. So say what it is and just add the
Say it again.
talk to each other, compare answers. Alright guys, let's look at 4 and 5. Absolute max, are you okay with none? Okay. Oh. Alright. Absolute min, what do you think? 0, and it happens at 2 places, right?
-4 and positive.
Yeah, so you can just say add x equals plus or minus 4. Okay. Alright, relative max.
4 for f equals 0.
What'd you tell me for relative min? Yeah, we can just repeat the absolute. Okay, increasing. Yep, -4 to 0, and then again from. Perfect. Decreasing. So it's actually negative infinity to -4, because what's way far to the left?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know it's kind of weird because the graph, you're like, wait, but it's pointing up in the air. It's not y values, it's x values. So negative infinity to -4, and then again from where else? Yep. All right, how do we do on 4? Good, okay. 5, absolute max. None. Absolute min. None. Relative max. Good. Relative min. Increasing. And again from. Perfect. And decreasing. Good. Okay. Let's just do 6 together. These dots, like right here, 0, 0. I guess that's really weird. That's on there. Does that really matter? No, it doesn't really mean anything. So let's just go through it together. Absolute max, what do you think? None. Absolute min? None. All right, relative max. We have a couple of them. 2 at x equals 3. Okay, and what else? Now it's just counting. What was it? Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think? Is it -6?
Not exactly what I guess.
Yeah, so we always want to go nearest integer on these. These graphs are not the easiest to draw in Word, so sometimes they're not perfect. All right, then relative min. Looks like we have 2 of those. What do you want to tell me? -3 at x equals -3, right? And then 0 at, yeah. Okay. Increasing from. Yep. And then again. No, just give me do all of the increasings first. Good, and then there's one more piece.
There's 6.
decreasing, what do you think, guys?
Yep.
And then 3 to 6. It's like the pieces you didn't tell me were increasing, those are decreasing. All right. Guys, that's the end of the notes. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Happy? Easy?
Wait.
No, I'm not going to ask you.